Good evening, guys. Welcome to Spread YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Syed. So this is our second bootcamp so far, and our first bootcamp was about GUI programming using Python. And in this bootcamp, we'll be dealing with the fundamentals of web development, which are HTML and CSS. So let's wait for 3 more minutes so that everyone can join. Until then, I'll be explaining about the certifications. So uh, you can attend daily on this session, and at the end of the session, you'll be receiving an attendance sheet, and thereby, on filling it, you'll be receiving a certificate of participation at the end of the bootcamp. So, to receive this certificate, you have to fill all the videos present in the bootcamp. And coming to another certification is completion certification, which you'll be getting on completing the project, which you'll be giving at the end of the bootcamp. So thereby, on attending these bootcamps, you'll be getting two certifications. Uh, and to stay tuned with us for other bootcamps, join our WhatsApp groups mentioned in the description. In our WhatsApp groups, we'll be sharing these PPTs and much more information. And if there are any doubts, you can text in the chat box. Even if I'll be not able to look into it, our group members will text you immediately. Okay, guys, so let's get started. So today's topic in web development is HTML. We will be dealing with a few of the HTML topics, and according to the syllabus, we'll be completing the HTML in 2 to 3 days. So HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is a standard markup language, and other than HTML, there are many other markup language, but this is taken as standard for its efficiency and easy to implement, and it's useful for creating web pages. It's the base for creating web pages, even though we cannot have CSS and JavaScript, but we can implement a web paging using HTML. It acts as a base template. In HTML, usually we'll be creating tables, forms, and paragraphs, headers, links, images, iframes, and many more. And you'll be learning this all up to 2 to 3 videos present in our bootcamp. And for any element in HTML should contain a tag enclosed with two brackets. So any element present in the HTML tag is going to be implemented. Uh, Coming to the syntax of the HTML. So this is the basic template of HTML. So before going into this, I'll just give you an overview of creating a web page. which we'll be using pretty much. So for that, we have to create a folder. I have already created it. So just create a folder and give it your name. I give it here as intro to web dev. And for this, I'm using VS Code. You can use any other compiler, but I personally recommend VS Code. Okay. So just open the file which you created. So it's intro to web dev. Yes. See, our folder is empty, nice and clean. So let's create a few files in this. Let the first file be of first web page, and don't forget to put an HTML extension. Then only you'll be accessing the HTML tags and everything. So the first tag starts by HTML tag. So you can see in VS Code, and automatically it will be editing you. If you just keep the first tag, it will automatically give you the second tag. The first one is called as an opening tab, and the second one is known as the closing tag. So on every code which we write will be enclosed between these tags. So inside HTML, there are basically two entities, which is the head part and the body part. So firstly, let's open this web page in our Google Chrome or any other online platform. So to open that, just go to the file location. So here's my first web page. Open with. So my Google Chrome is a default one. You can choose Safari or Mozilla Firefox or anything. So I'm just clicking it. Yes. So that's it. Our web page is created, and we can write any text in it. Let's check any text. So whatever we write in head part will be modified over here. So if you change your title, then your title will be changed, and we can do many more other changes like favicons and other, which I'll be explaining you later in this chapter. So let's head over to the head, and let's give another tag which is title tag, and let's say web page. And don't forget to save it. So after every change, press Ctrl S and head over to your Google Chrome and press Ctrl R. And thereby you can see that head of the tab has been changed. Now that's it. Coming to the head part, mostly we'll be not dealing with the head and title. Our entire code depends in the body part. Now, whatever you write in the body will be displayed in this open space container. So let's say, welcome to Let's Spread. Yep. And don't forget to save this and then reload this. Let's see, there you'll be getting the text over here. And another important thing is that you can give multiple spaces, and even then if you write anything, it doesn't evaluate these blank spaces. It directly continues the sentence. Just save it. There you can save this. So this is a basic HTML template which you'll be using for every HTML code. So let's head over to our PPT. So this is one of our important elements, which is doc type HTML. This basically denotes the HTML version, because there are multiple HTML versions, and we are currently using HTML5. So to denote the reader, the text we're using is HTML5. We use doc type, and we have learned about HTML head and title body part, and I'll be explaining about the header tag and the paragraph tag. So let's. In VS Code, instead of writing this code for every usage, we can directly write HTML, and you can see HTML5 over here. You'll be getting a default template. So just don't worry about this. This tells about the HTML5 extension, and these all are just to show the characteristics of the title page or the head tag. These are not much required. Even if you remove this, there will be no much change. So these are title tag. We changed it to a web page, right? So let's keep it. and in a body. So let's talk about the paragraph tags. So until then, we're writing the text directly into the body type. But the disadvantage which we saw here was we weren't allowed to go into the next lines. Like I wanted to have my highlight text towards the next line, but I wasn't able to do that. So to maintain such things, we'll be having a paragraph tags, which in the name suggests it's a paragraph. So it creates an entity. So we can write there, same this and just save this, head over and reload. You can see over there. And another thing which you observe is on top of this, an empty blank space has occurred because we are creating a paragraph on 4 sides. It gives some, it'll defaultly add some space. And whatever text you write after this paragraph tag, let's keep on the paragraph tag. This is a new paragraph. Yes, now save this and reload over here. There you go. You'll get in new line. So we are giving the Chrome browsers are defaultly giving you a space mentioning that this is a certain different paragraph and this is a different paragraph, and in between them there's a certain blank space. And even in paragraph, it doesn't evaluate blank spaces inside it. Whatever I do, it doesn't show any changes in your Chrome browser. So this is about the paragraph tags, and let's over to the header tags. And header tags are of 6 types, ranging from H1 to H6. So these are header tags. So we'll be enclosing it with H1, H2, H3, so on up to H6. And on the right side, you can see the different in sizes. So for H1, it's the highest, and you can also see it's a bold text rather than the text which we enter doesn't contain any bold specifications. But over here, the width, the font size, and the bold type, everything has been changed when we use a H1 tag. And H2 tag is slightly lower than compared to the H1 tag, and so on up to H3. And if you try to incorporate this with H7 and H8, then you'll not see certain changes. It will remain same as a H6 tag. So that's the reason I didn't took H7 and H8 tag. So these are the header tags. Let's try to implement code with it. H1. So usually we use H1 for titles above the paragraphs. So let us say we are dealing with web development, right? See this. So you can see there's a large font size and it's bold in nature, but whereas you can compare it with your paragraph text. And always editing and moving your browser at this end to the other side becomes a lot of difficult. So you can just merge those both. So you can use them simultaneously. Yeah, just remove this. And usually H1 tags are at the above, so let's place this at the above. I'll be removing from here, pasting here, save, and one. There you go. So these are H1 tag, and these are the paragraph tags. Let's see other H1 tags. So this is H2, H3. This and one. There you go. So you can see the H4 tag and normal tags are almost same, but this is bold in nature and this is not a bold. So obviously H6 will be more smaller than the paragraph tags. So we'll be not using H7 or H8, which are non-essential. Even in our daily web development applications, we will be seeing only up to H3. Even H4 we'll be not using for quite a while. So that's it about the header and paragraph tags. Let's see for other documentation. So these are the paragraph tags. Yeah, let's talk about the formatting of text in our HTML. we have seen in our H1 we're using bold, but some members may want to use this bold nature into paragraph tags, not only bold, italic, or underline, strike through, superscript, subscript. There are many types, so we can use these all types by mentioning them in certain tags known as bold tag, italic tag, and emphasis tag, and dissolve. So let's check this. Let's go to our web page. So let's create a bold tag saying this is bold. Save this and run. There you have a bold of the same size as a paragraph tag, but it's just bold. Now let's check. Rather than bold, we can also use a strong. The both has the same meaning, but the different tag. Here you can observe that they are side by side because we are not enclosing them in a paragraph tags. You can also enclose them in a paragraph tags, not an issue. So when you enclose them in your paragraph tags, you'll be observing that it'll be showing in another line. Same as bold has came to another line, whereas in previous section they were in the same line, indicating that this is bold is a separate paragraph, rather than same as bold is not in the same paragraph. So this is about the bold. And another important thing I forgot to mention is about the comments. In any code or in any programming language which you're writing or in any code, the important thing which I notice is the comments, because I use comments a lot. So even in HTML we can use comments, and the syntax for comments is an exclamatory mark along with the tag. So you can write these are the header tags, right? Header tags. And this is comments does not evaluate into a web page. There you go. There are no header tags present in our web page. After this, let's go for italic. Let's put a comment. Now we are dealing with italic or emphasized text. Both mean the same. Yeah, the style has been changed, and you can use the same. But emphasize carries as EM, so I'll be changing this one. And the same way, if you want it to display in another para, you can use paragraph tags. I'm skipping the part over here. And apart from this, we have many other formatting styles. Emphasized, mark text, a smaller text. You'll be getting a small text, and inside a text is nothing but you'll be getting an underline form. Subscript, you'll be getting a subscript. I guess you guys can implement these. And I have told you about the syntax of the comments and everything. So another two important tags are HR and BR tags. These are pretty much important because HR tag is nothing but an horizontal line. It provides you an horizontal line after the tag. Now I want to give a tag after this is new paragraph. I want to separate the formatting types and the paragraph tags. So I can do it by putting a line between them. So this is a new paragraph. So here it is. I'll be putting a line between them. There's a line embedded between them. So by this way, we can differentiate that from here onwards, the formatting text starts, and about that there are paragraph and header text. And in I guess you have noticed here that I have used only one tag. In all other tags, there were two tags embedded with a closing tag. So these kind of tags are known as self-closing tags. We did not explicitly close those tags, and we have to just write a single tag, and that's fine, right? And we can add few specialities in this, like this size and resolve. Let's say as 10. So here, actually, the size of the line has increased. 10 in the sense it indicates 10 pixels. So we are making few changes and we are modifying our horizontal line. You can see it's not pretty visible, so we can make few changes. These are the for few attributes which we can use in our HR tag. Align, no shell, size I have shown you, and no shell is nothing but it will just remove the shading part present in our code. Now it's clearly visible, and you can also use width and height text along with that. This is about the HR tag. Coming to the BR tag. BR tag is a line break element which usually starts the text in a new line. We have seen this case in our paragraph tag, but there is a difference between these and the BR tag. Whereas in the two paragraph tags, when you implement it here, you can see there's a slight blank space present between them. But if you want them to continue in the following line, then you have to use the BR tag. So now, say we have here, let's create a paragraph. First line, my paragraph. If you try to save and run it, here you go. You'll be getting a gap between them. So if you want to remove that gap, all you have to do is the text which you want to get, just copy it over here. So then this actually comes in the same line because I'm putting them in the same paragraph tags. They're in the same p tags, so they'll be coming in the same line. But I have to give a line break over here after the para. So here I'll be giving a line break. So this is first line in my para, and after that I'll be getting a line break, and then it will execute. This is second line in my para. Now you can see there is not much space compared to here. This is spread. Here we'll be having almost a space where a new line can be created, but here this slightly small space. So just continue. It denotes that this is the continuation of line, but it's in the next line. This denotes it's in a completely different para. So this is about the BR tag. These were the main topics which we wanted to cover today. So on this, let's do a sample project. So you can see this is a sample web page, which is done only using HTML. There is no CSS, no JavaScript. This is only using HTML. So let's try to implement this. You can see there are some images, links, and these are the list, and you have much more. So we'll be implementing only the part which we have learned. So for that, let's create a new web page. Let's say it's a project using an HTML, and don't forget to use an HTML extension. So you can directly use HTML boilerplate present in VS Code. Yeah. So I have told you in header tag, whatever we write in title will be displayed over here. We can say it's sample web page over here. So let's change it to a sample web page. And we have to open our file in our Google Chrome. So this is not needed. So to open it, actually you have to go to desktop and you have to locate the place where you have saved the file. And on clicking the project HTML will be directly opening. Or if you think this is a long process, is another shortcut. Just right click on your file and you can see over here copy path. So just copy that path and save it over here. Within this way. So in this way, it's pretty easier to implement, open it in Google Chrome. So first, let's save this file and run it. There you go. In prior, I have not saved this file, so I was getting here project HTML, and now after saving, I got it as sample web page. So try, don't forget to save your code after you changing. And now in our web page, you have this first line. So on applying this, I got to know that this is not the same size of my paragraph tag. This is my paragraph tag. I can know it by just observing. So this might be an header tag, but on a scale of H1 to H4, it can be anything. But we have seen that H1 is slightly bigger. So let's try an H2 tag with it. So I copy this text. And save this file. Yeah, let's just size. Yeah, the size is almost same, you see. So this thing belongs to an H2 header tag. And after that, we are having an image, which I'll be explaining you tomorrow about how to insert an image into our web page. Okay. Then we are having a text present in an italic format or an emphasized format. So let's write our emphasized tag into it. Wait, let me check if there are any doubts in chat box. Okay. There's nothing much in chat box. Okay. So we have to write this in our italic format. I have told you how to write in use em tag. It's a random photo, right? Save it and then run it. Same as previous one. Yeah. Now here's a challenge for you. You can see over here after followed by random photo, you're having certain text, but this is not in italic. It's just in a normal format. You see. So how do you implement this thing? So basically, if you try to place this in over here, then you'll be facing an issue. Just copy this thing. Yes, save it and then run it. Like everything is present in italic format, but I want this part to be in normal format. So if you want to place it, if you want to place this thing in a new tag, let's see. But it's going into another line. That's right. If you have two p tags, then it will be giving a space and it will be going into a new paragraph. But your element has to be followed by the random photo. So to do so, You have to enclose them in the same paragraph. Then only you'll be getting the answer. So you have to remove this tags because this entire thing is present in a single line, which means it's present in a single paragraph. You have to not mention them in a different paragraph. So let's remove the extra paragraph tags and mention them in the same paragraph tag. Let's check. Yes, that's what we wanted. We got this part of text in our emphasize format and this text in our normal format. So basically, we are just embedding this in the same paragraph tag. Now let's go to our next page. We have, okay, so these are the links. If you click on this, you'll be directed to another web page. Like when link in new tab. Here we got some another HTML page. This is fine barcodes. Wow, nice name. Okay, instead of implementing it as a link, which I'll be explaining tomorrow, just will keep it as an another paragraph tag. We got it. We got element in new line. Yes, there is a space between them, which means he has written two paragraphs. One of them is this, another one is this paragraph. That's the reason there's a certain blank space present between them, and we have also got the same situation here. Now that we are having this text, and this text is present in an emphasis format. Okay, it's great. So on giving it separate paragraph tags, it's going into a different line, which we don't want. So we'll be removing the paragraph tags. In our given web page, it's in a different line, but without any space. So here we are getting a certain space, which we should remove it. If you try to remove the paragraph tags and run, then let's have to save the file. So you can see it's giving a new line over here, but I don't want this new line to be. Here's where the BR tag comes in, because in our previous case, the two tags were present in the same line. So that's the reason we kept it in the same paragraph. But if you try to keep these things in the same paragraph, then then you'll be getting in the same line. But you want it to be represented it in the next line. So you have to use the BR line over here. After Frank da Cruz, you are getting a line break, right? So at here, let's put a BR tag. So here you go. Your line is your content is went to a newly spaced line, and the main important observation is that there's no line break over here. You can't find a new blank space. It's just immediately followed after the find across. So for that we are using BR tag, and not to mention BR tag is also a self-closing tag like the HR tag. You can see there's no blank space present between these two elements. Yeah. After this, there's a blank space, which means you have to understand that this is a different paragraph tag and this is another different paragraph. So you can blindly implement this entire text in a new paragraph tag. So go to a paragraph tag. And there are no certain changes. The formatting is normal. There are no bold or italic. So you can directly copy the text. Yeah, this is the thing which you wanted. Uh, and now, yeah, this is a combination of links as well as the list, because these are in a list format, and in every list there are certain links, which we'll be dealing with tomorrow. And after this list, we are having a horizontal line over here. So you know how to create a horizontal line. Remember, whatever you're writing is being in body format. If you're writing in the body tag, then only it will be so this is like a body of the web page. So whatever you write in the body tag will be displayed in the body part of the HTML. So after body part, we need a horizontal line. So we can do it by using HR. It's self-closing tag. Here is the horizontal line. If you want to change size, then go for it. Size, let's make it as 9. A slightly smaller line, which actually isn't quite visible, but there is. So if you want to change any other attributes, you can do it by you have these 4 attributes. We can also use non-shade. Oh shit. Yep, this is nice. So our line is much more bigger than theirs. So I actually implemented so that you'll be knowing this 2 more attributes present in the HR tag. This is actually a basic HR tag. And we have another contents over here. So actually this contents is slightly bigger than the paragraph tag, I guess, but it's smaller than your main paragraph tag. We know that this is H2, so this might be an H3 tag. You can implement it just by placing it in the H3 tag. Yeah, that's our H3 tag. So what's this tag, the bold text over here? So you can differentiate the bold text and the H3 tag. So to create a bold text, let's see. You can see actually the bold text is somewhat smaller compared to the H3 tag. So let's remove this tag. And This uh, so the difference between these is this is an order list. You can have bulletins, that's it. And this is an order list which will be naming from 1 to 12, or you can also have Romans and different types of representation. So wherever you see this blue marks, it represents that those are links on. So on pressing this, you'll be going to a different link. So you have certain spaces after this para. So this entire text must be in a single para. So let's save this and give it a paragraph tag. So that's a paragraph tag over here. So we have a line break over here, which means we have to use an HR tag from here, another HR tag. There you go. You can see the difference between the previous HR tag and now the HR tag which I'm using. This is creating a page, isn't it? Yeah. So even this is an H3 tag. Mm. So this entire text is a separate paragraph tag. And you can see that there are few uh, bold type text like view source is a bold text present in our paragraph tag. So let's check out view this page. Yeah. So yeah, just keep the bold text present between them. Only for view source we are having bold, so only for those elements we are representing in bold text. So that entire text presents in normal format and only those parts will be highlighted in the bold format. View source, only the view source is being represented in the bold format. Mm. So these are also the basic tags which are which we can implement using paragraph tag, and this is our H1 tag, H3 tag, and this is the bold text. So everything is similar. These are the links over here. This is the table which we will be creating in our next class. So, for this we'll be using U tag for underlined words, and for big words we'll be using the big command. For small we'll be using small command, and you can all so there are pretty much many things to remember which you can search, get by Google, just typing the formatting text present in HTML, and you'll be getting various formatting text. So, and another thing which I want to say is I usually use Chrome while using web development because Chrome provides an extension of Chrome developer tools. It gives an access to inspect you the whole page and learn about the code present in it. You have to just go press right click and go to inspect. So this entire English CSS part will be not dealing with the styles over here. So this is our HTML part over here. Let's go into the body. Uh, this is the image. You can see here it's H2, do it yourself web authoring. So when you get your cursor over it automatically invokes there, and it's showing that it's an H2 tag. Now, so let's see, these are the comments. He's just telling how to insert an image, and the BR tag. Here is viewing. If we do not give an BR tag, then this image will be saved on the side of the text, and rather than giving it in the next line, it will be saved in the same line of the present in the text. So for the image to be given in a new line, we are mentioning it in the BR tag, and contents is of the H3 tag, which we written over here. It's an H3 tag. And some other P tags we have over here. So rather than that, everything is in P tag and few H tags. So this is mostly used in CSS because you can clearly check your margin, border, and those all which you'll be dealing in CSS. And this is pretty useful. So Chrome provides you with these tools. So for HTML part, you can use any online platform, but when you start CSS, I would uh, recommend you to go for Chrome Web Developer tools. So because most of the times I'll be teaching in Chrome itself. So, so that's it about the inspect method. Uh, and today's topic is as far as we go. So I'll just give you a quick overview about what we have learned today. So we have known what is the basic HTML and the syntax of HTML, the tags which we use, and everything which we write must be embedded in the HTML. So you can see over here the ending HTML tag and the starting HTML tag is over here, and between after them or before them you're not writing any other tag. So every tag which you're writing is embedded inside them itself. And this is a quick overview about HTML. And this is the boilerplate about the HTML. Instead of implementing this all line by line, you can just write HTML5 in VS Code, and you'll be getting the default boilerplate of HTML. After this, we learned about paragraph tags. So for any text to be implemented, you have to enclose them in the paragraph tags. This is a formatting of text in XML, and there are many more. You can check them in your W3 schools or any other web page. The comments. This is the most important part. I usually implement comments most of the time. HR and BR tag. HR stands for the horizontal line, and BR for the breakage of line, which basically gives your text into a new line. And HR provides a horizontal line which we use to differentiate elements. And these are the few attributes which we will be using in the HR tag. This is a BR tag. So the main difference with PR and P tag is that when you use two P tags, then there will be a certain space between them. But when you use a PR tag, there will be no space, and the new line will be followed by the previous line. And that's it for today, our HTML part. And I'll be waiting for 5 minutes. If you have any doubt, you can post them in the chat box. And don't worry, this PPT will be posted in the chat, your WhatsApp chat groups. And if you're not present in the WhatsApp chat group, you can, by going into the description present in the video, join any one of the WhatsApp group, and we'll be posting all our resources over there, the PPTs, and if you want in the code part and within the codes, or if any projects are previously done, those all will be posted in your WhatsApp group. And in comment section, you'll be receiving an attendance form. Don't forget to fill it, because only by filling it on each day in bootcamp, you'll be receiving the certificate of participation, or else you'll be not receiving any certificate. So that's it, guys, from my end. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another 6 days, and you'll be completing a web development project based on HTML and CSS, and thereby you'll also receive a certificate from